up, y'all? I'm back with another little solo review. And this is one that we wanted to get to, but man, when it's after Halloween and the holidays come, and then, you know, just all that shit gets in the way of certain album reviews and podcast episodes, and then the new year comes and it's time for everyone's collection videos. We still got to do our top albums of the year videos as well. So those will probably be the next videos coming up after these little bitches. Right now I'm talking about the new Insane Clown Posse Yum Yum Bedlam. And man, I love ICP. I really do. Even though we've said it many times on this channel, even though, like, they've probably got more boring to bad albums now than the albums we love. Like, to me, it's from Ringmaster till Hell's Pit is just straight bangers all the way through. And then the post original 6 Joker cards, everything's kind of iffy to me. I like the Calm okay. I like Eye of the Storm okay. I like the Tempest a lot. And then I recently went back to the new 6 Joker card deck while Bedlam was coming out. And, you know, I like Bang Pow Boom a lot more than I did, and Mighty Death Pop a lot more. I'm still just on the fence with the Missing Link albums, but I still think after Bedlam, the Red Fury album is probably still my favorite out of these new Joker card albums. And I do think that the Yum Yum Flower is this character's name. The design is probably one of the better looking Joker cards in this deck. They've been just very, to me, uninspired. They don't hold the sort of sinister quality as some of the earlier ones to me. And this one's up there with it. I mean, I can't sit here and just compare this new deck with the old one, because there's no point anymore at all. We'll always have those good, awesome ICP albums, and then we'll always just have this one. But I mean, ICP fans are they're, you know, some of them love the shit out of these new ones, and you know, I like them okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the new stuff. I don't know what it is. I really don't. You know, the albums are all kind of half for me. It's such a hard thing to put my finger on. Well, for one, there is to me, none of the characters are as interesting, or their little stories aren't as interesting as the originals. The intros for the characters are not, they don't feel the same. In fact, Fred Fury is probably the lamest, even though like it's my favorite album out of these new ones. Fred Fury is probably the lamest of all these new Joker cards, because if you didn't live a full cool life, when you die, he punches you, he beats your ass because you didn't live your life to the fullest. I don't know, to me the message isn't as big as the original ones. I mean, the Missing Link, that I don't understand it. It's like you're either pissed off and depressed, or you're positive and happy. Bang Pow Boom is just there to blow up people, entities, spirits who haven't even entered the carnival yet. So that's just kind of lame to me. Everybody's waiting to get in the carnival. The line is so big, so people start complaining and bitching. So Bang Pow Boom just blows them up. So they don't even get to go to the carnival and meet the real sinister shit. You know, they don't get to see their illusions from Great Malenko. They don't get to see if their wicked deeds or sins or whatever are gonna fall with Jekyll fucking up Jake and all this shit. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of dumb to me. Bang Pow Boom, it just shows up to kill you when you're doing something stupid. Or Mighty Death Pop, I mean. Did I say Bang Pow Boom? Sorry. But Mighty Death Pop is just there to, like the intro on it. Hey man, hold my chips. Hold my Cheetos or whatever. I'm going to jump. I don't, it's just not interesting to me. And Yum Yum is a little more interesting, but it's nothing that new to me as far as the Dark Carnival lore goes. It feels more like an entity of the actual carnival when you're walking through the Echo side, which is, I guess, Dark Carnival Lure's, for people not in the know, is basically purgatory on your way to the other side. You're walking through the Echo side, and she appears as a beautiful flower, and you walk up to it, and basically the theme of the album, from what I'm getting, is don't fall into temptation. And I guess if you were an asshole during your life, the flower appears as a beautiful flower, and you walk up, you're like, oh man, it smells so good, oh yeah, yeah, and then it like eats you, Venus flytrap style. But if you were a good person, you don't see a nice beautiful flower, you see a dead withered plant. And you know, I don't know, man, we are so far away from something that sounds interesting like Great Malenko or Riddlebox, or you know, fucking Jekyll Brothers. Yeah, and even the originals like Carnival of Carnage. That's just about the carnival. Ringmaster's there in the carnival doing shit. You know, the riddle box, it's a jack in the box. It fucking pops up and you fall to wherever you're gonna go. Malenko shows you illusions of what your life could have been if you went on the right path. Jekyll Brothers are there to juggle your sins and determine whether or not you're going to go to the Hell's Pit or the Shangri-La. And then the Wraith is just the Grim Reaper. That's it. So a lot of those aren't even all that interesting, but there was straight up a sort of foreboding presence about these characters, especially in the intros, like on the Malenko one. You have these characters just having a big old party, and then boom, fucking the record or the music fucks up, and you have this, the Great Malenko is doing all this. You people aren't heeding the warnings, and same thing with Jekyll Brothers. It all felt like it was building up to something, and even the intros for the Bizarre albums just felt like something big was gonna happen, and then it did. Now everything after just does not feel. It's connected, but it just doesn't do it for me like the earlier ones. Plus, I was younger. I was like 13. You know, I'm fucking almost 36 now. I'm an old motherfucker. So when I listen to this new ICP stuff, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, but they're not speaking to me much anymore. But I'll always follow the dudes because I'm a fan, you know. Even though I know the albums aren't going to be as good to me, I'm still gonna drop money on it. I'm still gonna pay these guys because I like what they do. But I'm glad they're still fucking doing it, man. It's been the same two guys for ages, and that is rare. That is fucking rare. What is Big Boy and Andre 3000 doing? Like, they're not together. doing Outcast anymore. You know, this is rare. You know, so on to the music. There's a lot of things on this album that I like, and then some things that are just whatever. So the first thing to note is the fact that this is this is the first female Joker card, and that's a weird thing about the whole psychopathic label. It's always been dudes. There's never been ladies, but the ladies are the juggalettes are a massive presence within the community, but the only time we had a female artist on the label was Blase Rose, and she didn't get to live up to her potential before they dropped her ass. But that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. But this is the first time we got a female Joker card character, and to me they don't really do much with it, at all. But even like people I've seen after this album came out, oh well, the album's gonna be very feminine. The album's gonna be very soft because it's female. Why? Why does it have to be? Why does it have to be? To me, it doesn't sound any different than the past 10 fucking albums. Just not as good. And I think a lot of it has to do with the producers. Me, I'll always be a Mikey Clark and Mike P fan. And, you know, a lot of these other people that they throw to produce on their beats, to me, the beats are just generic for a lot of them. But to me, at least, there are Mike P's on a couple of tracks. So the intro is whatever. In fact, the intro might be a little too long. Man, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I really like the first track, Here Comes the Carnival. And some guy, Brian Kuma, produced that beat. Don't know. But I was instantly fooled into thinking that was a Mike P track. Because it has a massive Shangri-La vibe to just all of it. The whole thing. Shangri-La and even the Bizarre era. I don't think Mike P did anything on Bizarre, but that rock sound is there where it sounds like Mike P's other thing, the Zug Island. It sounds like the more happy rock ICP stuff, especially from the Shangri-La album. And I like this song a lot because I like their happy songs about the carnival and shit you're gonna see at their carnival. Like, they're just fun. They're just really fun songs. And it feels a lot like it could be an intro or the first track on Shangri-La easy. Like, it almost feels like Walking to the Light. And then they name drop a couple of the rides, Tilt-A-Whirl, and all that shit. Which I like too. This album has a lot of references to past characters in the lore and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I just want to hear Dead Body Man now. The song Wretched, I've seen a lot of people half and half with that. Who does this beat? Some guy named Devereaux. Whenever I hear the name Devereaux, I just think of Blanche Devereaux from the Golden Girls. So, like, I'm just imagining fucking Blanche over there fucking making beats and shit. But Wretched is one of those songs that, to me, I am bored out of my mind. I know a lot of people either are loving it or a lot of people hated it, you know. To me, it's just kind of boring. The beat is forgettable for me. The content, the lyrical content is the same old shit. Same old ICP shit. I'm wretched. Seditious or something like that. I don't know. And then the part, say a prayer for me, say a prayer for me. That gets annoying to me. That just, God, There's a lot of parts like that on this album that just, fuck, man, I'm getting old. But Wretched, man, it's one that I can just skip. And then Clown Drippin', and this is a Shaggy the Airhead beat. And that was another thing about this album that annoyed me. They don't do it on every track. There's a handful of tracks where they do a little name drop or a producer tag at the beginning of the track. You get Shaggy the Airhead on the beat, Devereaux on the beat, and it's like, why are you telling me? You know, I can look this up if I want to know who fucking, produced this track. I don't need you to tell me. To me, that it was annoying. It was stupid. And even though like the song might be cool, that part right there just always annoys me. I'm like, God, Shaggy the Airhead on the beat. Like, I don't know. But Clown Drippin' is, I like it to an extent. It is only 3 minutes and 43 seconds, but it feels so much longer. I guess it's because of it being a more mid-tempo track, and I don't know, man. It's just slow. But I love, another thing about this album as a whole, is I love the shit out of both Shaggy and Violent J's flows on all of the songs. And one thing that has always been cool with these two is the fact that their flows are always different. There are songs where they use the same flow. I call it an ICP flow. You like Mr. Johnson's Head, you hear that flow a lot. The Sleepwalker flow, you hear that a lot. Like you hear that flow a whole lot. But this album has flows I've never heard them do before on any tracks, and that's the thing about these guys is they always do have they play with their flow and all that, except for when they do the ICP flow, like the Sleepwalker and Mr. Johnson's Head kind of flow. But I really like the way their little rapping flow is on Clown Drippin', but man, it is so boring to me. Fuck. The beat is boring, and then when it gets to the chorus, to me the chorus sounds like drip on down. Wicked clown dripping. I don't know, man. It's just not doing it for me. I do like the line where he says, abracadabra, abracadabra dabba do. I'm gonna keep on stabbing you till I'm stabbing a pile of goo. Like, they're still saying shit that's humorous to me and kind of funny, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not 13 anymore. Then after that we have Gangsta Code, which it's a Mike P one, but I can skip this one too. It is boring as fuck. The Western beat, I don't know why they put a Western beat on here, a Western music kind of beat. Don't know why. That's all I remember about it. Is that, and I'm like, it's not one of the better Mike P things on here. But so after that is Panic Attack. It's a Mike P track. Really like Panic Attack, and it's long, man. And the track itself is 7 minutes, but the actual song for Panic Attack is roughly 6 minutes, right before there or so. And it's got your Mike P guitar stuff and all that. It's a heavy rockin' fucking kind of a metally ICP track. But to me the best thing about it is well, I forgot to mention the reference on Clown Drippin'. Clown Drippin' throws in a Dead Body Man reference. And plays the little Dead Body Man musical cue there. I'm like, oh shit, that's so cool. This boring ass song makes me want to go listen to a better ICP song. Anyway, but on here we get another reference to a classic ICP track at the end of Panic Attack. You've got this cool lounge jazz hit Richard Cheese version of I don't think it's Richard Cheese at all, but it's that style, that loungy jazz Sinatra kind of thing. But it's the song "Fuck the World," so I love the shit out of that. Fuck, if I only could, I'd set the world on fire. Say fuck the world. Like, love the shit out of that. I was like, all right, you guys did something right here. This was fun, fun little bit. But I do hate that, I gotta wait so long to hear that bit. But it makes listening to Panic Attack worth it even more to hear that fun little bit, even though you gotta wait roughly 6 minutes to fucking hear it. Then what else? We have Fuck Regret, which I like a lot. I do like Fuck Regret. Another little ICP track about, living and, doing things. Don't live with regret. Because, like they say on Satan from Orbital, the funny thing about regret is it's better to regret something you have done than something you haven't. And if you see your mother this weekend, tell her, Satan, Satan, Satan. Man, alright, Orbital fan all the way. But yeah, Fuck Regret is good. And then Insomnia, this is 2 Shaggy the Airhead beats in a row. And the one on Fuck Regret I like, but Insomnia, man, that song is another one that I just forget about instantly. I don't fucking know, man. But after that, we get another little Mike P track, and this is actually was an incredible surprise on this album. It is a cover of Heart and Soul. I can never remember who the fuck did it, but give it all your heart and soul. Give it a little bit of love to grow. But this is a really cool little cover. And it features, goddamn, what's his name? Vinny, how do you say his name? Vinny Dombrowski from Sponge. Which is like, I don't know what it is. Here recently, ICP have been collabing with people that, I get it, Sponge is from Detroit as well, but man, Sponge, does anybody remember Sponge, like, at all? I have that one album that everybody had, but I get it. They're from Detroit. I guess they're buddies or fans of each other. I don't know, but recently ICP did the little EP for this album last year, Yum Yum's Lure, and it featured Alien Ant Farm on a track, which I really dug. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, what a weird collab there. I would have never thought that these 2 artists would have joined forces. And so, yeah, it's good. It reminds me of the Zug Island stuff. Even Vinnie Paul's vocal, not Vinnie Paul, what the fuck am I talking about? Too many Vinnies, y'all. Or not enough. Vinny Dombrowski, his vocals remind me of Sin from Zug Island, and then with it being Mike P stuff, it has a big Zug Island vibe. So that was a cool change of pace, but man, you gotta go 10 tracks to get there, man. This album is a massive hill to climb for me, and I am too overweight for that shit, man. So after that, you get the Drunk in the Attic. This one is a beat by some Mythic Minds. I don't know who that is, but I dig it. I dig the Drunk in the Attic. After that, Don't Touch That Flower. Oh, you know what? I missed Queens. Which is track 6. Queens is one of my favorite songs on here. And that is a Mythic Minds track. But Queens I like a lot. I like the melody and the chorus. All the flowers that she buried in the backyard all died when she went away. Like, I really like that that little chorus melody, and it's one of my favorite songs on there. So back to Don't Touch That Flower. That is the Bedlam, the Yum Yum Flower song, and it's alright. And then after that we have another Brian Kuma track. Don't Touch That Flower was done by Straight Jacket. He might have done a bunch of ICP songs here in more recent years. But he's a dude I don't remember. I can't be like, yo, man, fuck yeah. I can always be like, yeah, dude, Mike P, or yeah, man, Mike E. Clark. But these other people, man, I'm just never like, Shaggy the Airhead on the beat, yo. Blanche Devereaux on the fucking beat. So next is Slapnut / The Jokestas. I don't understand this, but the CD calls it either Slapnut or The Jokestas, and then the online version, it's titled either, I can't remember which, but it's titled either Slapnut or The Jokestas. Don't know why that happened, but it's another one. It's got a, we're not sorry that we tricked you. Sorry, it was better on Thy Unveiling. After that is Carnival Lights, which I dig. That's a straight jacket beat. I dig it. And then Ain't No Time. I like Ain't No Time. But man, it is slow, man. It is real fucking slow. But I dig the vibe on it. And then Something to See I like a lot too. That's another little Mike P track. I don't know, man. I think one thing I miss is during the Mikey Clark days, the beats were consistent. It was the same guy. Same thing with like Mike P. When it was just those guys exclusively. There was just something about, especially Mike Clark vibes, with the sort of just noises and moans, and I don't know, that dude made some killer beats for ICP. And Mike P was a different flavor. Mike P was a very metal-y rock flavor that worked. But not to say that Mike Clark couldn't do that, because he did it incredibly well on shit like Jekyll Brothers and Malenko and the Bizarre albums. So Mike Clark could just do it all. And Mike P, to me, he didn't have that sort of creepy beat flair that Mikey Clark had, like with the weird moans and the just zombie noises and shit. But Mike P had a cool, different vibe to it. It was a real clean, just rock sound over the stuff. And to have an album, and the past couple albums like this, where somebody different is doing a beat, to me, none of it just sounds consistent, and it just doesn't, to me, the music doesn't flow as well. I do appreciate the references to the old stuff on this album, but at the same time, I'm like, don't mention better songs in your boring ass ones. You're just making, like, with Clown Trippin', man, it's so boring. And then they do the Body Man thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, Dead Body Man. I want to hear that. Even the fun little reprise callback to Fuck the World, I'm like, I want to go listen to goddamn Jekyll Brothers. They even name drop Jekyll Brothers on here as well, and I'm like, man, I want to go to fucking Jekyll Brothers. I want to turn this off, and I want to listen to the good classic shit, you know? So, I don't know. We have one more in this Joker card cycle to wait on. And it's like there's nothing else to unveil. What is it gonna be? I mean, this is just afterthought, man. That's all this is fucking afterthought. That might, I give it a 7. It's a 7. Like, there's songs I really dig, and then a lot of it is just forgettable for me. Fucking, you know, there's another thing, you know, alright, with the Fred Fury album, they did Flip the Rat EP, which was the little rat in his pocket character EP, and I liked that a lot too. Well, they're doing that with this, like, apparently Yum Yum Flower's got these 3 little seeds, and fucking, they're supposed to do an EP for each of these little seed characters, and I'm like, you better put that shit on CD. I will buy the fucking CD. But if you don't do like you did with Yum Yum's Lore, and just only released the CD version on fucking Patreon. Let me be able to fucking buy the thing, because I can't drop no $80 on your Patreon to get that shit, man. Come on. That annoyed me a lot. But we'll see. Who the fuck knows, man? Because ICP for ages has advertised shit in their lyric books that just have never happened at all. Like, even on the Fred Fury album, the acoustic album, and I believe there were supposed to be like these vinyl pop figures that I still haven't seen. But, you know, focus on the music, man. But we're going to be back with the new Jethro Tull.